You've been crocheting for 3 years and you don't know how to do a granny square. Like, I'm not judging, I'm just saying, what do you mean? Like, honestly, I get it. I get it. I'm sorry. We got to do better, honey. We got to. Sorry. Hi, my loves. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome in. And if you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So as you guys can see, we have new scenery. We are outside today. I just wanted to switch it up a little bit because this video is a little bit different than what I usually do. So today's video is very exciting because today's video, I'm basically going to be reacting to crochet confessions. So I'm very excited because I am a very opinionated person, so this video is like right up my alley. I'm excited to just get into this. I've been knowing how to crochet since I was like 9. I was in elementary school when I first learned, but I only started taking it seriously maybe in like 2020. So like I am true to this, not new to this, okay? So I've been in the game for a little minute. Like, I'm gonna keep an open mind, but I'm gonna be slightly heavily judging, okay? But nothing in this video, don't take any of this seriously. Like, this is all just for fun, nothing to be taken seriously. Like, if you relate to any of these confessions and like I don't agree with them, please don't take it personally. Like, it's not that serious. It's crocheting, it's a hobby, it's all for fun. So yeah, but before we get into the video, make sure you're subscribed so you see more fun crochet videos like this. Alright, so I found this thread on Reddit that has a bunch of crochet confessions and I saved it, but I did not look at any of them. So this is going to be a raw reaction to these, okay? I don't know what they're going to be. I don't know how tame it's going to be or how extreme these are going to be, but we're going to see. Now it doesn't want to load. Okay, there we go. So first confession is, I hate sewing parts together. I love amigurumi but dread the sewing. This I 110% agree with. I don't like amigurumi just in general, but like the sewing is literally the reason that I don't like it. Like, sewing crochet pieces together is so tedious to the point where it's not even therapeutic anymore. It just takes so much time for no reason, and I don't know, sometimes the end result don't even be worth all that sewing. So I just don't even venture into that side of crocheting. Like amigurumi, y'all got it for real. Like, it looks beautiful, but the patience, I'm sorry, but I don't have it. I just don't. Okay, next confession is, I never use the yarn that the pattern calls for, and I really take, you can make this pattern bigger or smaller depending on your needs, to heart, and constantly make projects ginormous, then wonder why I get so burnt out on it. This one, honestly, I see no problem with it because sometimes you just got to use what you have. Like, if you don't have jumbo yarn, if you don't have the money for jumbo yarn, use a weight 4, you know? I don't know, like, you don't have to use the yarn that the pattern calls for. Like, that's the thing about crochet. It's very, you can do what you want. You can literally do what you want, use whatever kind of yarn that you want, and I don't see a problem with that. So yeah, that's not a bad confession. Next confession is, I never do gauge swatches and I hate myself for it. I have never done a gauge swatch before in my life, and I probably never ever will, because even though I make garments, as you can see, I made the sweater that I'm wearing, by the way. If y'all want to see me making it, I made it in this video right here. But yeah, even though I make crochet garments, I never do a gauge swatch. Like, especially if it's for me, you can just put it up to yourself and call it a day. And if you make crochet pieces for other people, just ask them for their measurements and that's it. Like, I'm not saying gauge swatches aren't important, I'm just saying there isn't really a need for it. Like, you don't have to, you really don't have to. And I just think it's a waste of time, and it's kind of a waste of yarn, because when you make a gauge swatch, don't you have to, like, do you just keep that swatch, or do you like frog it? Do you unravel it, or do you just keep the swatch? Because to me, that's just a waste of yarn. Like, I don't know. I just don't see the point in gauge swatches. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not saying they're not important, but I have never met another crocheter who does gauge swatches. I'm sorry. Like, you're really bougie if you do that. If you do that, props to you, for real. But I just, no. Next confession is, I still can't weave ends to save my life. Okay, so this is different, because they didn't say that they don't like to weave in ends. They said they don't know how. But it's like, what do you mean you don't know how to weave in ends? Like, I'm not judging, I'm just saying, what do you mean? Like, it's pretty simple. I don't know, I've never heard that before. Like, you don't know how to weave in ends. Like, I kind of get it, because nobody really tells you how to. They're just like, weave in your ends and expect you to know how to do it. But you just, I don't know, I'm not gonna lie to you, there is a right and wrong way to do it, because if you have to make sure that you do it so it's not showing in the front of your project. So like, I mean, I guess I get it, but at the same time, I don't, because there's tutorials out there and it is not a hard thing to do. But I don't know, no offense to that person at all, I've never heard that one before. Okay, next confession is, I can't make a granny square. I've been crocheting for 3 years, and no matter how many tutorials I watch, I can't figure out the corners. That's an interesting one. I've never heard that one before either, not knowing how to do a granny square. I feel like granny squares are honestly one of the easiest things to crochet. Like that's literally the first thing that I learned how to crochet was a granny square. So I'm just a little confused. Like you don't know how the corners work, and you've been crocheting for 3 years, so you would think after that long of a time you would know. Like I'm really trying not to be judgmental, but it's like, it's so simple. It's a granny square. I don't know. I think that one is a little crazy. Like you've been crocheting for 3 years and you don't know how to do a granny square. I could see if you're a beginner and you were struggling with it, but after years and years of crocheting, I think we got to do better, honey. We got to. Sorry, we have to. Okay, the next confession is I ignore when a pattern calls for DK weight yarn. Originally, it was because I didn't know what it was. Now it's because everything I made ignoring that came out fine and I no longer care. I agree with this. Anything that calls for a yarn that's smaller than a weight 4, I don't do it. Sorry. I just use a weight 4 yarn because, like, why? Like, why? I don't know. I've never worked with anything thinner than a weight 4 yarn. I'm a weight 4 yarn warrior, so I completely agree with you, girl. Sorry, but I'm not going smaller than that. Hold on, y'all. This wind is kicking. Okay, next confession. I've been waiting on this one. I can't do magic circles. I make amigurumi almost exclusively, but I always chain 2 and crochet into the first chain. Y'all, I'm probably gonna hit a nerve with this one with some people, but listen, you gotta learn how to do a magic ring. I'm sorry, you have to. You have to. Like, I promise you, it will change your life. It is not as hard as it seems. I promise you. Like, for me, I was so scared of a magic ring for the longest time. So like, I'm not judging you. Like, I was you before, but after a while I just sat myself down and I was like, look, we're gonna keep watching this tutorial over and over and over and over and over again until we get it. And I got it. Like, it only took me maybe like 20 minutes of rewatching it over and over and over again in slow motion. Do whatever you got to do, but you need to learn how to do it. I promise you, once you learn how to, you will never ever go back. Maturing as a crocheter, you got to learn how to do that magic ring, girl. Okay, like, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Learn how to do it. There's no excuse anymore, especially if you've been crocheting for years. Wrap it up, and I mean that with love, of course. Next confession is I hate following patterns. Like, I buy a pattern, follow the first 3 steps, then I get bored of it and just wing it. Lots of wasted money on my part. Trust me, I get this one. Following patterns can be very annoying when you just want to go and not have to keep stopping and looking at the pattern, especially crochet tutorials. But like, if you buy patterns knowing that you're not gonna like follow it, I think that's a bit of a problem. Like, at that point, you should probably just learn how to freehand crochet. Yeah, because like, you're wasting money at that point. I mean, if your projects, if you end up going off on your own and your projects end up looking fine, looking like what it's supposed to look like, then yeah, just start freehand crocheting. Like, you're literally wasting your money. Like, you know you are. So I would just stop doing that, honestly. But I completely understand not liking to follow crochet patterns, because me too, girl. Like, if I could freehand everything, I would. But of course, I 100% supporting crochet artists who make patterns. I knot the ends of my work instead of simply weaving. I hate the idea of my work undoing itself over time and having to repair it, so knotting it keeps it secure. This used to be me down. Like, this used to be me for everything. But like, maturing as a crocheter, you realize that like, your work starts to look messy. Like, your work looks messy when you knot it instead of weaving in the ends. Like, weaving in the ends makes everything look seamless. And yes, it is tedious, but it is worth it when you care about how your crochet looks. You get what I mean? Like, if you're just crocheting for yourself, okay, whatever, like, you know, do what you want, of course, like, not the ends. But if you're making items for other people to wear and other people to have, I think it's worth weaving in the ends for real. Because yeah, people who don't crochet may not like notice as much as someone who does, but it's just about the quality of your work, and I think that you should weave the ends in. Sorry, that's just me personally. The next confession is I have never once blocked a project. 30+ blankets made in 20+ years, and not a single one has ever been blocked. I mean, I see nothing wrong with that. I've never blocked a project either. Like, I steam it. I think steaming and blocking are 2 different things. Like, I steam my projects for sure, but like, blocking it, who cares? Like, I know people block their granny squares so they can be like a perfect square, but me personally, I don't care enough to do it. So like you said, you've been crocheting for 20+ years, made like 50+ blankets or whatever. Like, girl, nobody else cares, you shouldn't care. Like, I don't see a problem with it. there's this one confession that says I never finish anything. That's so real. Like, when you start crocheting, it's so easy to start so many projects and never finish them. So like, that's honestly so real. Like, I just thought that one was funny. The next confession is, for 2 years I was finishing amigurumi inside out. That one is a little funny too, because I'm not even gonna say like how do you do that, because I guess if you're a beginner and nobody really tells you what side of the crochet is the wrong side and what side is the right side, maybe like you don't know. So I can't really blame them for that. Like, maybe they genuinely just didn't know. So I'm gonna give them some grace for that one. Okay, the next confession is, I refuse to buy patterns. I don't know why. I'll spend money on yarn but not patterns to make using the yarn. Honestly, I get it. I get it. I'm sorry. Like, I 110% support and believe in like supporting other crochet artists, like for sure, like buy patterns. But me personally, I feel the same way. Like, spending $10 on yarn, absolutely. But I see a pattern that's $10, I'm like, is it really worth it? And I don't know why that is, because there's like there's patterns that are definitely worth the money, like for sure. Like, there's some patterns I've been looking at for a little minute that I really want, but for some reason in my head, paying $8 for a pattern, it's just a little crazy. But spending like $25 on yarn, easy. Like, I don't know what the science is behind that, but we as crocheters kind of gotta get out of that mindset, because we gotta support each other out here. We really do. But yeah, I can't even lie to y'all. If I can find it for free, I'm not gonna pay for the pattern. And I know that kind of sounds contradicting, but like, to me, if a pattern is something that somebody can look at and just know how to freehand crochet, then your pattern isn't intricate enough to be paid for. Does that make sense? So like, for me, it's like, if I can find it for free, then it shouldn't be under a paywall. And this isn't me talking about somebody like stealing somebody else's work and making it free, like making a free tutorial on YouTube. Like, I don't think that's right. But I'm saying, if it's something simple, like, say if you're trying to make somebody pay for a pattern for a basic granny square that can be found on YouTube with a click of a button, like, you should not, no, you should not be charging people for that. And I fully support people going and finding it for free, period. But like, say, y'all know that that pretty flower bag, that like lotus flower bag that's been going around, like that, something like that, that's original and you can't really make by eyeballing it, I feel like that's worth paying for. You get what I mean? That's an original design that you can't find anywhere else. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts about that. Next confession is, I prefer acrylic yarn over anything else. I agree 100%. And it's kind of funny because I really only ever worked with acrylic yarn, but to me it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I love my acrylic yarn down. It's cheap, it feels nice. Like, there's some really good quality brands of acrylic yarn, like Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, Joann's, Big Twist. Those are the only two that I work with, but like, those are really soft yarns. Red Heart, sorry, I gotta always throw in a Red Heart stray, but Red Heart yarn, that yarn right there, man, but yeah, there are some really good acrylic yarns out there, so don't let anybody shame you for using acrylic yarn. There's nothing wrong with it. Even for wearables, you can just steam it after and it'll be very soft. So yeah, I don't blame you at all, girl. I agree with you. Okay, so that was the last confession I'm gonna do for this video. This is really fun because I really love reading what other people think about crochet, because I don't really have any other crochet friends or anybody around me who crochets, so I like knowing what other people in the crochet community think about crocheting, if that makes sense. I don't know, I don't really have people to talk about crochet with, so I really enjoyed this video and getting to know other people's crochet opinions. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what opinions you agree with, which ones you don't agree with, which ones you relate with, because I feel like most of these were pretty tame. None of these were like super crazy. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Yeah, and let me know if you have any crazy crochet confessions. I would love to like personally react to you guys' crochet confessions, so if you guys have some, please leave them down below and I would do a part 2 personally reacting to like my subscribers' crochet opinions, because that's originally what I wanted to do, but I never asked y'all. So that can definitely be a part 2, like me reacting to you guys' confessions next time. But yeah, if you made it all the way to this point of the video, comment a fall leaf emoji because we're giving fall vibes right now. Like, you see the leaves, they are so pretty right now. So if you stay all the way through, comment the leaf emoji so I know you watch all the way through, and I appreciate you guys so much. And if you want to see more of me, make sure you follow me on my social media, my TikTok and my Instagram. I'm way more active on there if you want to see a little more of me. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.